Walk with you and just have a quick word. It's obviously a bit of a contrast to the opening week, but that's Formula One for you, isn't it? You've managed to, as I said, make the best out of what was a difficult start to you with the lack of laps over the first day or so.
Yeah, you said it all. I mean, we didn't have a great start to the weekend. Didn't get any running in FP1 and only 3 laps in FP2. And it's a new track and everything to me, so and not one of the easier tracks. So very pleased and happy to do this race.
How tough is it physically? I mean, we heard in qualifying and control.
I'm done, but try and get through it best I can.
It's an absolute gunfight down here, and it's one of the busier groups. I was just going to say, yeah, today though, Mick, you've spoken to him. How was he feeling? He says everything was okay, but that was a bit of a shunt.
Yeah, it was a huge shunt, and just so glad he's okay, you know. That comes first, and all this comes second, so good.
Well, let you get on to it. Best of luck today for Kevin Magnussen, who starts from 10th. We're walking back, and there is the World Champions car, number 1, adorning it. A bit of work for him too today. And actually, Paul, that is unfamiliar territory. Only the second time that he's been out qualified in a time together by Sergio.
Yeah, it was, but it was quite early in Sergio's career at Red Bull that he managed to do that, but of course he just couldn't capitalise on that. But Max will definitely want to go forward, Checo will want to do what he can, but Red Bull will be pushing for both the drivers. They won't favour one or the other.
Toto, can we grab a quick word? It's a bit of a bizarre situation that you find yourselves in. Have you got to the bottom of what happened to Lewis?
Yeah, it was a setup experiment that went wrong.
What can you tell us about how you've rectified it, and will it work a little better in race trim, do you think?
We hope so. I mean, we have to see. Normally we're a little bit better in race trim also in Bahrain, so it's a bit of an unknown.
Did you ever consider starting on the pit lane and trying something different?
There was a discussion, but you would be losing too much race time.
And a final one on George, as we were talking about, Lewis hustled it round last weekend. He's done the same. That was about as good as he could have got, do you think, yesterday?
Yeah, very solid job.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Toto, with his game face on today. And you can see why, because it is unfamiliar territory for them.
Yeah, he's quiet, shorter answers than normal like Toto as well, but absolutely you can understand that because it's pressure that he's not had before. Well, he's been in charge of that team. You know, it's a big task to get them back to the front and keep his drivers happy.
We're just going to have a little wander in here and see if we can have a little word with Lando. He's talking to Zach Brown. Have a quick word. Lando, how are you feeling, and what about the opportunities today for you?
Many opportunities, just because it's a street circuit, a lot of times of crashes and so on, but also the tyres are quite interesting. It's going to be a lot of deck, so whoever can manage them the best is going to have a much better result today. So we're in a tough position. Daniel's in a good one. He's got 2 sets of hards, and I don't. So it's going to be a little bit trickier, but like the Mercs have 2 sets of hards as well. So everyone's a bit different, but it's going to be about a game of who can manage the tyres.
Andreas said yesterday you could have got to Q3 as well without a small mistake, so it gives comfort that there's some pace in it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have got to Q3. I didn't think George went back out, so there's like shoulda, woulda, couldas. I think Magnussen and their Haas are quite a bit quicker than us, so we could have got there, but through other people's mistakes rather than anything else. On pure pace, it's going to be a bit more tricky today, but I'm not going to say no. We have a lot of opportunities today, so we'll see.
Nice to talk to you, Lando. Best of luck today. Right, let's go to the start plans and talk through starts.
Yeah, it's a very tricky circuit to start at, this one. A high-speed circuit, as we know, but a very tight start in turn 1 and turn 2. This was the first of the restarts last year, and Max getting pushed wide, but taking to the outside, clambering back over that curve, all very messy. There was a red flag coming up afterwards as well. This was riding on board with him, trying to get around the outside. Didn't quite make it level, but decided to cut the corner. We all know what happened after that, having to give the place back after the red flag. This is what it looked like in the midfield battle. Riding forward with Sergio Perez, a 3-way fight here. He gets trapped in between 2 cars, the AlphaTauri on the right, the Ferrari on the left. And this is what happens to Charles Leclerc. He gets pinched along the wall, Perez gets spun around, and this caused another red flag. So I hope we can have a clean race today, but this is a circuit, it's a street circuit, as we know. Walls are everywhere. Stay safe. Back to you, Simon.
Yeah, that will be one of the key messages. Stay safe. Christian, let's start if we could. We just asked Franz about Yuki's car. Any idea on what might have happened?
The only thing that I'm aware of, it seems to have lost some oil pressure, so obviously what's caused that, I don't know. So I guess they need to get the car back and get it apart to fully understand.
Okay, what's been the messaging to the world champion, trailing his teammate for a very rare, only second time together?
Look, I think Checo did an unbelievable lap yesterday. It was the lap of his life, and I think it's a long race, it's a tough race. I think hopefully we've got a good car for the race. Ferrari didn't do a long run on Friday, so we don't really know what their pace is, but we know that they've got a good car, so it's going to be a tough one.
What strengths have you got in your car to go against Ferrari?
We've got a very good end of straight speed, so we're running less wing. You can see the size of the wing on the Ferrari. That makes it very quick in sector 1, but so we've trimmed the car out a bit. Let's see what that does for us, in terms of straight line speed and maybe be a bit lighter on the tyres.
Have you fixed the issue from last week? That's the key question. Can you say?
Well, we need to see the checker flag shot. I'll tell you at the end of the race.
And I guess both drivers are equal, going for the race win, doesn't matter who wins.
No, absolutely. At this stage of the season, and I think the most important thing is they just keep it clean. That's all we've asked.
Just like Christian, just race quickly up here and have a quick word with Mattia Binotto. Mattia, just one very quick race. Okay, no, he's going to say no to that one. I can understand why, because we're getting very, very close to lights out here. 10 minutes to go. Let's build this one. How do you see it playing out? Is it simply a case of, as Christian was saying, straight line speed of the Red Bull against the Mercedes working together?
I still end up watching the starts. The Ferrari, they get an oscillation, they get the grip that Red Bull are not able to get the start. So when the lights go out, can he keep that track position? He got what he earned in qualifying. It was very close, but he did it. It's a race to the first corner, but then Perez will have to make a move quick if he's going to do it with that straight line speed.
Those old karting rivals, Charles Leclerc in front of Max Verstappen. He's Carlos Sainz starting from third, but for the first time in his career, at the 215th time of asking, Sergio Perez on pole position. Can he convert here in Saudi Arabia?